With Christmas around the corner, we should all be looking forward to spending precious time with friends and family.
Yes.
Is there anything better than sitting around a warm fire, surrounded by the people you love?
No. Christmas is a time of opportunity to have celebration and fun. A time to seize the opportunity to be different. So how can this year be different?
What's it all about, Yogi?
It's all about how to thrive in retirement.
Stories for Christmas Day. People have been gathering around the fire to tell stories for centuries. Stories entertain, they inform, they make us laugh, and they make us cry.
Take a walk down memory lane and notice that life's hardship have been turned into values in the name of important lessons learned.
Learning from our elders of true contentment will supersede persuasion from the media, reliance on technology, and the unrelenting message from all sides that material success is the equivalent of happiness.
But why are stories important? Well, when you tell a story, you spark a connection. Storytelling is one of the most ancient art forms, something all society have been doing for centuries.
As human beings, we are automatically drawn to stories because we see ourselves reflected in them.
Yes.
But we now live in the fast-paced information age where information, concepts, and ideas continuously bombard us from every direction.
So do stories really matter to us anymore? Well, here are some reasons why stories have mattered. You see, stories have common purpose. Every culture has stories to tell. They preserve culture and pass on culture knowledge from one generation to another.
Some of them fill up history books and some are embedded in family values. Through stories, we share passions, fears, sadness, hardships, and joys, and we find common ground with other people, connect and communicate with them.
Stories help us understand ourselves. Stories help us create our identities of how we think, what we feel, and how we justify our decisions about the world and the lives we live.
And through stories, we understand many aspects of life, including social norms. Stories make learning effective, and that is why children engage so well with storytelling.
When a story moves us, we are motivated to take action, and persuasion becomes unnecessary. You see, I'd like to share my childhood story from a Bollywood film, 𝗘-𝗕𝗢𝗢𝗞. A young businessman is about to purchase a multi-storied building priced at 1.5 million. He looked at the building and told his secretary to prepare the papers and arrange the funds. The experienced seller turned to the businessman and said, "I hope you don't mind me saying this, but you do not know how to negotiate in the business. You have overpaid the price for this building." Still looking and admiring the building, the young businessman answered to the seller, "I'm sorry, but it is you who do not know how to do the business. Even if you had asked me the double the amount, I would have still paid for it." Shockingly, the seller looked at the building and looked at the young businessman and asked, "But that's crazy. What is it in this building which is so priceless?" Still looking and admiring the building, the young businessman said, "When this building was built, my mother gave her blood and sweat as a low-paid laborer laying bricks so that she can feed her family. And today, I'm going to give this building as a gift to her."
And that is still my favorite story. You see, stories shape our perspective. Stories help explain everything in our experience, from science to relationships, from feelings to memories, and from questions to objections. When you listen to a story of someone else's life, it's as if you're living their story for those brief moments. And that experience allows you to learn from other people's experiences.
The stories you tell shape your perception of the world. And your perception of the world shapes the stories you tell, whether new or the old ones.
So why do stories really matter?
Well, in this technological era of devices and machines, as we create new content full of informations, human will still crave stories in order to make sense and relate to the new world. If you want to know how to solve a specific problem, you will need information, and you can get it from many sources and devices. But if you want to know how to live well, you will need stories.
And there's no substitute for that other than living your own story, making mistakes and learning as you go along. Stories will always matter now and in the future. And so this Christmas, be different and share your life stories with your friends and your family.
Discard the undesirable stories and embrace those that are most meaningful and uplifting. Merry Christmas!